Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. What I'm going to show you here is the answer to a question that I received about what the odds were of getting a tank out of a Warhammer 40K chest. The answers are not good, but I'm going to show you how you can personally calculate your own conclusion on whether or not you need to try and gamble your way to get one of these tanks. The ones you see here on the screen, those are tier 10s, the Leman Russ and the Rogel Dorn. And the odds of getting one of those, well, it's not good, and then it's, half as good as the other ones. So the chances of you getting one of those tanks is actually quite minuscule. But I could tell you this in words, but I decided to make a paper explanation, and I'm going to post it here, and I'm going to go over it with you because it's a very simple algebra explanation. Luckily for you, I was an excellent algebra instructor, and my students were like, oh, you got the answer. They learned quickly that I had the answer with no kind of ego battle, okay? They're like, you ask the question, I answer, and they're like, okay, cool. So that worked out great for them. So let's go to the lesson, shall we? Okay, I'm going to read it to you exactly as I wrote it and explain to you without any, hiccups, hopefully. The Warhammer 40K tank chances, they're not good. Now you see it says 1.39% is the chance of you getting a tank out of any one war chest. So this guy sent me a question and said, hey, what are the chances of me getting a Warhammer tank out of 10 chests? I'm like, bro, they're not good. So how do you figure this out? It's really pretty basic. You'll see where I said it, wrote it down. Your chance of any Warhammer 40K tank, and this is the important part, this is any one of the 6 tanks that they have, all right? Any one of them, the chances of you getting one of those is literally 0.0139. That's how many tanks will come in war chest, times the number of chests that you buy. So if you buy 10 of them, the chances of you getting a tank, any Warhammer tank out of the chest or any one of the 10 chests would be 10 times 0.0134, which, as you see in the lower equation, it's the number Z. So the number Z is 10. You're going to have 0.139 chances. You're going to get 0.139 tanks out of that. Not good. Now, you can't get a fraction of a tank. You're either going to get a tank, a 1, or you're going to get no tank, a 0. So 0. Next to 0. It's not actually 0, but it's very close. So to get a tank, I could do the math and figure out this specific number, but the number is going to be literally 90-ish tanks, 90-ish chests to average one tank. So, but if you bought 100 chests, you get 1.39 tanks on average. Now, you might get 1 tank, you might get 0 tanks, you might get 2 tanks. All right? So I have a video I will be showing you of a 50 tank chest Warhammer buy. Spoiler alert, it's not good. All right, I'm going to tell you up front. You wouldn't expect it to be good, and it wasn't. I was not consulted before purchase. Otherwise, I'd have said, you're crazy to do it. But hey, I did kind of say that already in my other video, but, whatever. All right, so the next line. I showed you that, Warhammer WH 40K tank. This would be basically line number 4, equals 0.0139 tanks times Z. with Z is the number of chests that you buy. And what happens is you see that the chests cancel each other out. That means you've set up your problem correctly. So if you buy 100 chests, you're probably going to get one of the Warhammer tanks. Now, the problem with that doesn't guarantee you any tank specifically that you want. If you want to do that, the guy asked me a question. He wants that Rogel Dorn, and I'm like, well, so your chances of getting the Rogel Dorn as the one tank you get out of the chest that you buy is the number of 0.0139 times Z for the number of chests divided by 6. Because your odds are exactly the same to get, there's 3 tier 10s and there's 3 non-tier 10s. So it's 50-50 that if you get a Warhammer tank, it could be a tier 10, 3 chances out of 6, or 3 chances out of 6, it's one of the other 3, the Ignis Cold War, the tier 9 Teethbreaker, or the tier 8 I'm having a mental block on the name of the tank, but, you know, Reaper Scythe. That's it. So, now me, I have the 3 non-tier 10 tanks. If I got a chest, since there's a no duplication, I'm going to get one of the tier 10s. But I'm not going to buy those chests to get a tier 10. It's just not worth it. Because I'd have to buy, let me see, actually probably be about 75 chests might get you one. I'm doing the mental math. And it's around 70 to 75 actually. We'd have to take, how would you set this up? The answer is going to be about 75. You take 1 divided by 0.0139. And like I said, I think that'd be around, it's going to be really, oh, I'm sorry, that's 1.4. Yeah, 72-ish, something like that. Okay. It's about 72-ish. Something like that. I'm doing it up here in my brain on the basic stuff. It's going to be very close. It's going to be 70 to 75 chests that you have to buy. It's not worth it. It just is not worth it. Even for myself, if I got it, I know I'm getting a tier 10. No question about it. But it's not that big of a deal. I have tier 10s. I don't play tier 10s. You know, the Warhammer tier 10s are cooler looking than the regular ones. But in the end, it's tier 10 and it's just not that exciting. So, whatever floats your boat. I wanted to give you the explanation of just how unrealistic that guy was like, can I buy 10? If I buy 10 chests, what are my chances? His chances are 0.139 divided by 6 that it's a Rogel Dorn. It's not good, man. It's almost 0. There's almost no chance. It's like buying a lottery ticket. You don't buy a lottery ticket expecting to win. If you buy a lottery ticket and you win, you look at it as it's an exciting bonus, okay? You take a chance, okay? And that's what you're doing. You're playing the Warhammer 40K tank lottery. If you're going to play a lottery, play it for real money, not for some garbage tank. That's my personal deal, whatever floats your boat. But I wanted to give this to you so you could see the explanation. So, I hope you learned something and that it's going to take you really 70 plus chests on average to get one Warhammer tank. And I don't trust these guys. I'd assume that you're going to get whatever tank you don't want. That's what I would assume. So you look at it and go, which Warhammer tank would you least like to have? That's the one you're going to get. All right. So if you're looking for one of those, really, I think the ones that are the coolest looking in action are the two they show you, those jerks, the Lehman Russ and the Rogel Dorn. That's what people want, because I had that game where I played my Polish tier 10 and this Rogel Dorn guy, I was rolling with him and we did fine. I scored pretty good, but he scored MVP. And that tank just looked awesome as he was just rumbling across, what was it, Nomenhan. So, I told that guy after that game, I had Rogel Dorn fever, but I got over it and I'm much better now. Like, yeah, I have my other, my Polish tier 10 Cholg heavy tank was good enough. I can just imagine, that's a Warhammer tank. That's all I need to do. So I hope you learned it's futile, and that is the math behind the scam, because it's a scam. It's going to cost a fortune to get that, and it's ridiculous. So why do I call them criminals? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what I should call them if not criminals, because it's criminal what they're doing. So just remember, they don't like you. They only pretend to like you to the point where you give them money, and then you get shafted just like everybody else. Maybe if you haven't seen it because you weren't looking to find out that's the truth. That's the truth. They don't like you. People who like you don't do that. They would say, hey, here's another way to get whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're never going to get this, but you can have a chance. You can take your chance all day, Sonny. Ha, ha, ha. You'll get nothing and like it. Okay? That's the way it is. So, hope you enjoy it. I had fun telling you, and hopefully you learned the lesson. Simple stuff, man. You're not going to get it. So, look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope it's pretty soon. I have some other good ones coming up, including I do have a 50 Warhammer War Chest opening, and it's not great, but you get to see it for yourself and go, I understand now. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Like and subscribe.